All right, thanks for joining me at Technical Engineering Problem. I've got a problem here from Elementary Principles of Chemical Processes, 3rd edition. We're going to be doing problem 2.14, and I'll read the problem statement. A poundal is the force required to accelerate a mass of 1 pound mass at a rate of 1 foot per second squared, and a slug is the mass of an object that will accelerate at a rate of 1 foot per second squared when subjected to a force of 1 pound force. Part A, calculate the mass in slugs and the weight in poundals of a 175-pound mass man on Earth and on the Moon, where the acceleration of gravity is 1/6 of its value on Earth. And Part B, a force of 355 poundals is exerted on a 25 slug object. At what rate, in meters per second squared, does the object accelerate? So let's go ahead and do that. Let's start with the first information that they gave us, a poundal. I'm going to abbreviate that so we don't have to write pound all the time. I'll just put P is equal to 1 pound mass foot per second squared. Okay? And 1 slug is equal to 1 pound force second squared per foot. So let's go ahead and start with the first part. We need to calculate, so M is in slugs, and the weight in poundal of a mass that is 175 pounds mass. Okay? So let's do that. 175 pounds mass. Got 1 slug. 1 slug, that's an L. 1 slug is equal to 1 pound force second squared per foot. Okay. And we know that it's 32.174 pounds mass feet per second squared is equal to 1 pound force. Okay? So our pounds mass cancels with our pounds mass. Pounds force cancels with our pounds force. Per second cancels. Feet cancels, and we're just left with the slugs. So that is 5.44 slugs. Okay. Now we need to know the weight, which equals the force times the mass times the acceleration due to gravity. In the first part, we're looking at gravity equals 9.81 meters per second squared. Okay. So let's start doing that. 175 pounds mass, 9.81 meters per second squared. 1 poundal is equal to 1 pound mass foot per second squared. 1 pound mass foot per second squared. Okay. Then we need to know meters into feet. Let's convert our meters into feet. 0.3048 meters into feet. And our meters cancel, our feet cancels, our per second squared cancels, and our pounds mass cancels, and we are just left with poundols. So that is equal to 5.63 times 10 to the 3 poundols. Great. Okay, so that's it for part. Oh, no, it's not. We have one more section. We need to know when the gravity is 9.81 divided by 6 meters per second squared. Okay, so this is the exact same thing as the first part. We would just divide the gravity by 6 here. So the answer should be the same, except we divide it by 6. Okay, so let's get rid of those, and we just say, okay, we're taking that first answer and dividing by 6, and that equals 9.39 times 10 to the 2 poundol. Okay. Obviously, you're going to weigh less on the moon because the gravity is less. Yeah, that checks out. Okay. Part B. Now we need to know, they give us that the force is equal to 355 poundol. The mass is equal to 25 slugs. And we want to know what the acceleration is. Okay, that's pretty easy. F equals ma. So the acceleration equals the force over the mass. So let's start doing this problem. We know that the force is equal to 355 poundol divided by the slugs. 25. We know that 1 poundol is equal to 1 pound mass foot per second squared. And we know that 1 slug is equal to 1 pound force second squared per foot. And we know that if we convert between pound mass and pound foot, we need 32.174 pound mass foot per second squared is equal to 1 pound force. Great. So we multiply this out, get it all to cancel. Pounds force, cancel with pounds force, pound mass, feet cancels with feet, per second cancels with per second. We're just left with feet per second squared. Okay, so the feet per second squared is 0.441. However, that's in feet per second squared, and they asked us to give it in meters per second. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you noticed any errors I made, let me know and I will make a correction in the video description. Great. Thank you. Bye.